Hello, everyone, and welcome to IEEE Voice, which is an EU initiative designed to inspire IEEE students in Egypt and all over the world. This is by featuring IEEE volunteers who have significant impact and contributions. And today we are honored to have Emna Amri, IEEE Region 8 WIE Chair. So, Emna, I will leave you the rest of introduction. Hi, Emna.
Thank you. Hi, hello, everyone.
We are that you have accepted our invitation and that you are today with us, and we are really excited to hear from you.
Thank you a lot for this invitation. I'm also so excited. Thank you a lot.
Okay, so can you please start by introducing yourself?
Pleasure, yeah. So, hello, everyone. I am Emna Amri. I am a computer science lecturer and researcher in computer science. I have an experience both in academia and the industry. My work focus basically on machine learning, deep learning, AI in general, techniques to solve a challenging problem in environment and also in industry. For example, one of my research have been centered on deep learning for offshore oil slick detection on the sea surface using data fusion, using different modality of data such as wind speed, SAR data, and infrastructure data. So the main goal of this work was to detect pollution and characterize what is the oil slicks all on the sea surface, on the whole Earth, on the sea surface. I have also worked on an AI-driving solution for waste management, also for plant detection, and also for land change detection. So it's all about environment or industry. I also hold a PhD in computer science, as well as a master's degree in intelligent system and computer vision. Sorry. So I have a background mainly of computer science. So basically, I was an engineer, a software engineer, and now I'm a university lecturer, all in computer science always. Beyond my research, I love volunteering and several associations. Mainly, I'm very active in IEEE. As Sandeep said, I'm very active. I am actually serving as the chair of Women in Engineering in Region 8. I'm also serving as the chair of the Young Professional in France section. And I'm part of the Computer Society Region 8, serving as member of the CSSYP and also of the DVP program in the Computer Society.
Interesting. So your background is AI, and you know we are in the AI era, so we will have much questions to you. Okay, so you have deeply involved in IEEE. Can you walk us through your journey? When did it start? Why you chose IEEE, and what roles did you have? Like how each role has shaped your growth and what you learned from it.
Yeah, so my journey started unexpectedly. Honestly, initially I was just an IEEE member just for publication. As I'm a researcher, I need reduction for conferences, so just like paying for publication. Basically, it was the university who would pay for me just for reduction when going to conferences. And I wasn't at all involved in the community. But everything changed when I received a fully funded participation to a version of SYP. It was in Tunisia. At first, I thought, why not? Let's go, during my PhD, I need a nice break. But that event was really transformative for me. It was like an intensive learning week, and I felt in love with IEEE. Like the networking, the knowledge sharing, the opportunity opened my eyes to a whole new atmosphere. And I knew I had to be part of it. So when I came back to France, where I'm living, I immediately started looking for a way to be involved. I was searching. I discovered that we are not that active in France section, that there is a young professional committee with only 2 people. So I asked to join immediately. And Kevin, thanks to him, he proposed to me the position of vice chair of young professional in France. I was eager to make it more active, to like apply what I saw in the SYP. To organize events, to be in touch with the committee. I love this area where there is like people at the same age of me or students, and to exchange where you have the same vision. So since that, I'm very active in IEEE, particularly in Women in Engineering. I was trying to include always sessions in all events I organized, whether it's a local in France or Region 8, such as the last version of SYP that we organized in Grenoble. IEEE is not only about networking and soft skills. I discovered that it's also for my like technical skills. I'm in computer science, and there is a whole chapter society, big society, call it computer society. Once I discover it, I'm just like directly included. I am included in the regional level, in the transaction level, and that's really like just like it was really an opportunity that opened the door for me for IEEE. Just participating to one event organized by IEEE, and since that I'm in love with IEEE.
Yes, large IEEE events. If I will talk about my experience, so I like, well, my first event was IEEE Day. It's not on a level like SYBs, but also always large events are, you're getting inspired. Like, wow, all people do this.
Yeah, you see like a lot of things.
Yes. Okay. So right now you are IEEE Region 8 WIE Chair. So can you tell us more about IEEE WIE and the vision?
Yeah. So when we say IEEE, we all know, we said there is like, it's a whole community. It's almost the biggest association ever. And there is several sub-community, let's say. There is technical ones related to chapters like computer society, radars, antenna, and others. And there is what we call it non-technical, such as, for example, students, young professionals, and there is what we call women in engineering. It's a whole large, very big network dedicated only to empower and support women in engineering and scientists. So the main mission here, it's what? It's to inspire the women in STEM in general. We all know it's really a big problem everywhere. It's not only in France or only in Tunisia or only in Egypt. There is a lack of women in STEM. There's a lack of women. I'm teaching. I have three classes, 3 international classes. I don't have any female. It's only male. So we don't have a lot of women in engineering, and for several reasons. So this community, like the women in engineering, it's here to inspire and support women in STEM. How? By creating mentorship, leadership opportunity, helping them gain the skills and the confidence to take an influencer role, to be in a role of leadership. To help them also to promote and to brand for diversity, equity, and inclusion. We as a women, we need to be everywhere. In each conferences, in each event, in each society, in each context, there should be a diversity and equity and inclusion in all contexts. So this community is here to inspire, to create mentorship and leadership opportunity, and also to promote diversity, equity, and inclusion. This is let's say, these goals are through a lot of opportunity. If you just go to the website of WIE, you will find a lot of opportunity in mentorship. There is a mentorship program, for example. There is a leadership program. There is a lot of mentors that young engineer in STEM can follow and can have on a long term, like micro mentoring or non-mentoring. There is a lot of binary series, scholarship, research grant, and things to make technical and career growth. Yeah, there is even, just like to let you know, there is even a travel support grant for family. Imagine you're a woman, you have kids, and you want to participate to a conference, but it's always difficult. I have kids, what should I do? Women in Engineering Committee can even go to offer you a family travel support, so you can participate with your kids and with your kids with you. So it's really like the home for women,
Yes, great. So let's say that I'm leading a student branch at Pente Group. I'm currently, let's say, on a university level. What do you advise me? What are the best practices to do to really leave an impact and also gain recognition on an IEEE level, like gain awards, get known by people and so on, and also leave an impact?
Perfect. So when we start, to be known, we need to start organizing events. Small events. It can be starting, by organizing, let's say, I'm talking about WIE, but let's say we talk, we coffee talk, like organizing a small webinar with your professor, for example, with someone he's very active in industry, for example. You need to try to start by organizing impactful events, focusing, for example, on mentorship, on career development, like how to improve your communication skills, how to use AI tools better, try to track the important subjects actually, and to have participants, and to make impactful event. This is the first start. Then you move on to collaborate, which means you're not organizing by yourself. You will collaborate with another university, SB, you will collaborate with the women in engineering, you will collaborate with young professionals, you will collaborate with entrepreneurship. For example, you want to have a webinar about entrepreneurship, search for someone from IEEE, search for someone from a company, search for leadership. Don't hesitate at all to reach out to people for just online events. If you have more budget, do physical events. So we say organizing and then collaborating. Collaborating is very important, because the more you collaborate, the more you have impact, and the more you gain confidence, and the more you know that you can do more, So very important thing also when you are in SB, to create a leadership role within the team. For example, you can have a big team in the SB and have some small leadership role. For example, someone responsible about the communication. So he's going to be leading this. Maybe he can have like small volunteering working with him. So this help the members, learn at the same time. They're learning and doing things. And learn a lot. Try to learn very well about the IEEE funding, for example, the scholarship, the recognition program. It's very important. There's on the regional level and there is a global. So don't hesitate at all to apply for in the recognition program, because usually we are like, no, we're not we are not that active enough. That the other section is better than us. No, it's not only about how much you are active. The criteria are based on several things, so don't hesitate at all to ask for recognition. And the most important thing is you need to brand, you need to increase visibility, to be on all the social media platforms. Why? Because usually students, they are very not that much LinkedIn. Sometimes they are more Instagram, Facebook. So try to adapt your strategy on social media based on your target, which are students. So follow the flow.
Yes, I know your audience here.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so you mentioned, I have some questions. You mentioned to organize impactful events. So you have a lot of experience and you get to organize many events and deal with many girls and women in general and listen to their problems. From your experience, which event did you organize that you feel that people really benefited from it? And it really left an impact, not just a WIE event, but it really made an impact to them. What do you think? What kind of events?
Okay. For me, honestly, the most impactful events were not the event where there is wow, high-level speaker. It's good, but more the events where there is an interactive communication. Where, for example, when we organize coffee talk, where is for example, a small presentation, and there is a lot of interaction, where students and young professionals, they feel that they are heard. They can have questions and we answer them. So this kind of event for me are the most impactful, where there is interaction, and events where there is mentorship. You can have you can get some mentors, 8 mentors and 8 mentee. And then you put them together, to work together, not only during that event, that say webinar, but more, for 1 month, for 2 months. It can be micro mentoring. So the most impactful event, to go back to your question, is where there is a lot of interaction, where the participants feel that they are heard, and where the subject also, it's what people search. For example, actually, let me just say an example. If you have a webinar series or something regarding most useful AI tools for students or most useful AI tools for work, this is something that people really need. It's not only about the AI tools, but about how to use it, how to understand it. For example, I don't know what you need to know about AI, talking about ethics and security and all of this. Keep people aware of the challenges of AI. So it's a subject. The format is the most important for me. I prefer, for example, I love panel discussions. I don't like that much keynotes, lecture. I love panel discussions. I love roundtables and discussions, and I love things that go beyond the session. After the session, if you have a mentor that you can talk with once a month, it's really helpful. I loved it when I was a student, and I still love it even now, because we all have mentors, So I believe these are the key element for me to make a very good, impactful event.
Yes, I believe the concept of mentorship is very important, and especially, we as students, we usually don't know where to begin and how. So when it comes to a mentorship in women in engineering, so you have one that understands your problems, and so I believe it's a great invitation for all the student branch affinity groups, and it would really leave an impact.
Absolutely, especially if usually you have a mentor. For example, let's imagine always the case of the WIE program, women in engineering. Sorry, a mentor, for example, she's a female like you. She went through a career. She knows all the barriers she faced. For example, I don't know. She don't think she's in a good place. There is more male than female. She's the only one. She don't feel confident. She went through the same struggle you're going through. So she will really be targeting really the good thing, because she went through the same experience as you. So that's really something that is very helpful about mentorship, especially if you are on a good way with your mentor.
Yes, exactly. Okay. So IEEE, WIE offers a wide range of programs, as you said, from mentorships to scholarships to travel grants and so on. Can you tell us more about this in detail? Like, if there any deadline approaching, if there is anything we should take care of to apply and so on?
Okay. First thing I really advise you to do is to follow all the global level social media. For example, we have in Origin 8 we always have the informations, but always the global women in engineering, they always have the last news. They are sharing. We are sharing there. Follow all the social media and have a look on your email. I know we have a lot of email from IEEE, but try to keep the email related to what it concerns you. For example, if you want awards or program or mentorship, just have a notification of that. So, for example, for women in engineering, we have a mentorship program. It's all over the year. You just need to be a member to go and search for a mentor, to discuss with him. There is several IEEE tools that it's better to have them, for example, such as Collaboratek. Collaboratek, you can have all the IEEE network, You can even go to see who is with you in the same city. So this can help you even searching for a mentor or searching for a speaker. So it's something really helpful. So keep always searching for information on the IEEE platforms. Use the IEEE tools, because IEEE have a lot of tools that help you help you really in everything on either technical or non-technical skills. There is what we call leadership training workshops. There's a lot of webinar for leadership, for how to be a good speaker series, always. Especially for women in engineering, we have a lot of webinar series about leadership, about AI, about soft skills. Just follow the events and get registered to that. There is always what we call it scholarship. Scholarship, there's no deadlines because it's all over the year. There are several cycles. There is scholarship, there is research grant that you can have. There is travel awards. There is even finance for you can ask even finance outside the sessions. You can always reach out to the community asking for that. Mainly follow the online events, the technical webinars, the hackathon, the coding challenges. Try to follow all the online events, because there's a lot of online events that are very diverse. Just following them, you will by time discover all the opportunity, and you will be always updated whenever there is an offer, whenever there is for example, I don't know, leadership webinar, when there is travel grant, there is a award program. You will always be the one knowing the information. So keep always up to date with the programs, and this is by website or social media. It's always there. Sorry.
Yes, I didn't know that the mentorship program is found all years, that you can find a mentor anytime. So this is really a great initiative.
Yeah, in fact, you can once you go to a IEEE account and you search for mentoring program, there is for WIE, there is for sure in YP also. So you can find mentor. You can even go to discuss with them, to ask them to be your mentor. You can have a catalog, let's say, a catalog of mentors, and you can check who who you want to be your mentor. Same as, for example, this language wisdom program, you have a lot of speakers and you can check the one you want to have as a speaker,
And when it comes to mentorship, do you think people should have like a technical mentor and then also a personal mentor, or how can a person choose his mentor?
That's a good point. That's a good question. In fact, a mentor, it depends on it. A mentor should be for both technical and non-technical. But me, for example, my mentors are more. I have one mentor. It's more for technical things, because, for example, this person which is very good in that field. So I'm in contact with him to help me knowing the steps I need to go through to be more expert to grow up on my technical career. You can also have a mentor for your soft skills. It's hard to find both at one, but you need to know very well in what you want really to increase your capacity. Whether it's like technical or non-technical. But I believe all the mentors we have in IEEE, they have certain level where they are like very expert and they have like the capacity to mentor you on both, whether technical or non-technical.
Yes.
So it's like a kind of guide, guiding you how to do, like giving you advices, showing you opportunities.
Great. Okay, so for students who are hesitant about volunteering and IEEE volunteering, how do you think IEEE and IEEE WIE can help those students in their career and in their professional life and their personal life as well?
If they're hesitating, sorry, can you just say again the question, please?
To join IEEE because of the time constraints and so on. So how do you think IEEE can impact the students?
Yeah, honestly, from my experience, they need at least to attend one event, even one small. Because once you attend one event, you can see how rich is the community, how rich is the community. As an SB, for example, I invite you to invite people that are not IEEE in your event. Usually in IEEE event, we have a big part of the people, of the participants are IEEE. You can also invite people that are not from IEEE. That's what we do, for example, in our event in France. We invite people that are not members to show them what we have. When they like that, they will ask you, how can I be part of the community? You never go to ask them, come and be a member. Show them what you have so they get attracted and they come to you to ask you. Show them what you have as opportunity. Show them what you have as a network, Once you are IEEE, for example, you, Sandy, you participate in several events. Like in your, let's say, contacts, how many leadership you have, how many CTO and CEO, how many very good position people. You have a lot. Just from 2 events, you can have a very good address, of people that you can invite, of people you can get inspired from. So show these opportunities to students, and I believe they will go back to you asking you, how can we be involved? And one other thing, people, some students especially, always, they search for a position to learn. They are seeking for learning. You can offer them, come with us in the SB to help us on something. Give them you can come and learn with us. To be a moderator in a session. It's quite hard thing. For example, I have a friend. I don't want to say her name. She's very good. I believe I know her. I believe she's very good. Her English is very good and all. But she's always. I'm telling her, I'm telling her name. Come and do moderator for this session, and she's like, no. I'm afraid. No. Please do it. I don't want. My English is not very good. I'm like, girl. First, the English is your third language. Second, if you have done a mistake in English, that's not a problem. At first, you need to do mistakes to learn. No one learns without mistake. So, IEEE offers students the opportunity to learn by mistakes and to grow through small leadership opportunity, in the SB, then having a whole initiative that they are launching, So it's like a small scale that students can go through to be more engaged, to learn more, to have more skills. So it's a very good opportunity to learn,
Yes, and as if earlier to make mistakes.
Exactly. And no one learns without mistakes. No one. And for me, the best way to learn is to do mistakes and learn from your mistakes or from the mistakes of the other. But learning from mistakes, it's really a very good way of learning because it's stuck, you have done it, stuck here, you will never do it again.
Exactly. Okay, so we are going to our second topic since we talked about the students. So time management. Time management is very hard. How balancing IEEE leadership roles, academic responsibilities, personal life isn't easy at all.
I would like to, if I'm telling you I'm balancing, honestly. This is like, I'd say a very hard question. And I believe myself, no one is balancing. You cannot balance your time always like, this is like half. You cannot. But life is about like periods. For example, this period, let's say now, this period, I just got the role of the IEEE Women in Engineering, so I have more IEEE activities than work, not like than other activities. But by the time in another period, like 1 month later, I will have more. So it's about like, balancing, but not the same way, because you cannot have always having the same amount of time for each activity. So sometimes it's more at IEEE when there's event, sometimes it's more family when there is event, sometimes it's more work when there is event. So the life is about like balance, but not at the same time. Did you get me?
Yes.
Going through it. It's like the period of exams. You will only focus on exams. You don't care about the IEEE, You will focus on exams, then you will go back to IEEE. So it's about, just think always that you need to have a life, a family life, whether you're a family or your small family or big family. You need to take care of yourself as a person, of your health, mental health, physical health, and then you need to grow. And when you say grow, you say opportunity with IEEE.
Yes, I totally agree that it's like ups and downs. Sometimes you give for IEEE.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay. Just try to know that it's, about ups and downs. Know about it to realize and to organize yourself the more, must.
Yes. Great. So going to career and research. Your career in computer science is inspiring. So why did you choose this field? And why you said I want to be here? Why not any other field? How did it come? How did you choose your career?
Yeah, that's a good question. Long time ago, when I was in baccalaureate, there were 3 fields, mathematics, science, and there was a new field which is computer science. It was the second edition in Tunisia. So, and I love algorithm. I love algorithm, and I love having this logic of steps. I love it. So I went doing a baccalaureate in computer science. Then after that, I went an engineer and master. I love programming, I wanted to be a software engineer. So I get the degree of developed engineer, and then I worked for 1 year as a software developer. And then I'm this is not the job I want. I love it, but I want to be more free, I want to decide what are the tasks that I need to implement. Not the client to decide and ask me to do it, I'm just executing. I didn't like that fact. So I was okay, I discovered what is research. Let me check what it is. I've done a master's degree in research master's degree in computer science and computer vision. After that, I have done a PhD. As I loved how in research, I can search for my idea myself and I can implement them, test them whether it's work or not. I like this experimentation part. So I've done my PhD. It was a PhD with a company, with Total Energy company. So it was a PhD for work that it's used in a company. And I like seeing, I like seeing my realizations. So I've done my PhD with them, and I have worked with them a little bit as a R&D engineer. And then I'm okay, I want to test another industry. I went to work with a startup, always in the same field, R&D engineer in computer science. And then I have even opened my proper work. I was working as a free, independently for 1 year teaching. And along all of that, I was always teaching. I love teaching. In fact, I love giving information to students. I love seeing their reaction when they realize I understand things. I love that. So then after that, always in computer science, I've never changed it. I'm actually university lecturer in computer science for international students, for 3rd, 4th, and 5th year of engineer. Yeah. So I love computer science. And going to computer science, I have discovered just after YP that IEEE can also be useful for technical learning, not only like skills, communication skills, and like all of this. So I want, at that time, there is no computer society in France. I've started working with Arthur, the secretary of the young professionals, the small community of young professional France section, and we reactivated the computer society chapter in France. So I was working, like, I was so happy reactivating this the computer society. I was starting to webinar series regarding many fields related to computer society. I was using DVB program from Region 8. I was doing a lot of collaboration with the other chapter in the Region 8. So it was really like inspiring for me. Each time I attend or I organize something about computer society, I was like, oh my God, this is giving me idea in my work. I love it. So it's like, it's really very good to have the same thing, like your network and your, like, let's say, your funnel learning at the same time. So that's what I love about IEEE.
Yes, you already answered the second question by default, because I was about to ask why you chose the academic path. So now we know. Okay, so
I love teaching. I love it.
Great. And moving to another question, how IEEE has helped you in research? Maybe you started this before volunteering, but IEEE is known for its wide research resources. So how it helped you?
First, I've told you, like, in the beginning, I was only a member just for like redaction and transcription, and also for getting access to articles. So, as a researcher, to have more ideas and more perspective and more vision, you need to whether attend conferences to see people talking about something that is a little bit relevant to your topic, or to read books and to read articles. So when we say read books and read articles, it's about IEEE. When we say attending conferences, I was like doing, for example, the IEEE IGCNN Neural Network conference, where it was like an amazing opportunity to see a lot of speakers, to see the diversity of the field of computer society. So IEEE, it's not only about that, but it's also about resources. The resources of IEEE have helped me get inspired. And all the webinar and the session I have attended on IEEE, they were inspiring me on my work and giving me ideas, and also giving me people that I can collaborate with.
Great. Okay, so moving to our next question, you know that the tech world is evolving very fast, and you are from AI and computer science background. So how do you think AI is transforming industries, and also how can students deal with this? Like, some people feel like the jobs may be replaced and so on. What technical skills should people in computer science or outside computer science should learn so they can cope with this rapid evolving?
Yeah. When you say AI rapid, that's the key point. It's rapid involvement. It's very hard to keep it up with all these very fast involving of AI. But what I advise to myself and to my students usually, it's you need to try to understand AI tools that you are using. At least, for example, we are all using ChatGPT and DeepSeek and all. You need at least to understand how it works. Because for me, if you are not understanding how it works, you will never use it efficiently. You will never. Let's just have an example. We all know about as hallucination of AI, which means when you ask ChatGPT about something, just give me a recipe of pizza with banana, they will bring you something like it's not even relevant to food. It's something, not relevant to what you're asking. Because most of the time, because you don't know how to ask. That's why there is another AI tools that can help you do your request. So if you understand how the ChatGPT is working, what is the relation between one word and the other, what is the probabilities, and how it's really working, you will understand that you need to give it a context. Before asking a question, you need to give him a context. For example, you are a teacher and I'm a student, I'm going to ask you a question. You need to give him the context of the request so he can understand and he can filter his database on which he's going to look, So for me, everyone needs to understand the AI tools that they are using to use it efficiently, and to keep it always up, to keep yourself always up to date. Subscribe to some platforms. Subscribe to webinar series. Subscribe yourself to to opportunities where you will learn not really something very relevant to your subject, but to the technology. Follow how technology is going, even in the field that it's not yours. For example, in robotics, follow what are the news, what's happening, who's doing the best robot. Is AI is used for football? Even if it's not your field, just, get inside. Try to keep yourself updated, not daily basis, but at least like weekly basis, what is happening in AI, and try to understand what you are using. That's even the most important. Try to understand what you are using to use it efficiently.
So we can
Be careful. Sorry. I think, and be careful, because in AI, you are always a product.
Yeah.
You are the product because you are the data. You are the product. Pay attention to, to know a little bit about security, about ethics, and all of this to use it like in a good way. Let's say.
say that prompt engineering is important for everyone, regardless their native.
Absolutely, yeah. It's even mandatory for me. You cannot use like AI without understanding it. It's something very important, because you will gain a lot of time if you know how to ask a good request. You will gain a lot of time. You will get an efficient answer. Because most of the time, I have students for me. I have some students that, they just like copy paste directly. They are like, blind. They trust extremely to GPT. They trust it like, oh, it's correct. It's like Holy Quran, which is not the case. You really need to double check. And by using a lot of the AI tools, you become really like you trust directly, and that's not good. That's why you always need to double check and to understand how it works.
Yes, sometimes ChatGPT, if he says like right information and you told him that you are wrong, he will say you, yes, I'm wrong. So he can't believe you.
Yeah, exactly. You see, it's like, because if you just understand like deep inside how it's working, it's not really like magic, for people who know a little bit, it's not magic, yeah, the database, and he's like calculating probabilities of each word, what is the probability of the next word, and it's like, it makes sense because it's trained on a lot of data, but it's not like magic,
Yes. Okay. So moving to our last topic, which is women in engineering. Women in engineering in general, not directly related to IEEE, we can recognize them. But nowadays I believe that there are many awareness towards empowering women in STEM. Maybe last years there was not really like this. So how do you think that with all of this awareness, but there are still challenges? So what are the challenges that you feel that they still exist, even though with all those awareness? And even do you think that this awareness may cause like another level of challenges?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So let's start with, for me, the most challenging thing, not challenging, there's, let's say, the phenomena we have in women in general. We think, honestly, I'm even talking about myself, we feel that we always need to do better. We need to do things perfectly. We cannot dare do things a little bit less than perfect, We want to do it perfectly or not. So we hesitate. Sometimes we don't do that first step, We're like, here, yeah, I will do it. I'm not that ready yet. I will do it. So we need to push ourselves. And we need to have a community that it's facing the same thing. That's why it's very important to belong to a community that's supporting women, because they also have the same thing. So always, to all women, it's like even the call to all women, really, you need to know very well that you are not alone, and you are not the only one having this, like, let's say, fear, or you are the only one in your field. Yeah, there's a lot of women like you facing the same thing and having the same barriers in several countries. It's not the same issue in only your country. Never think like that. It's all over the world. From France to Jordan to the same issues. There is a big lack of women in STEM. And for me, one of the main reasons of this lack, it's because there is no awareness on the young age, when kids, they start their career or they think about their dream job, women are not really aware that they can be an astronaut, they can be a software engineer, they can be a leader. There is no this awareness. Usually women, let's go to, I don't know, a health sector, or they are not very well aware of that. We need to show them that they can. Because women, once they know that they can and they have some support, they will do really very, very good. And they have, in our society, we need to have diversity. We are each person have a richness in himself. We need to have diversity in each field. In computer science, when you have women and men, you have several, diverse opinion, diverse skills. which make us progress and like having more and more realization. So to go back to your question, I'm like flapping. To go back to your question, we need to show young girls that they can, to support them, to give them mentors, and to show them success stories. And not only success stories, we need to show them what are the challenges and how women are able to overcome the challenge and to realize a lot of projects every single day, to show them we are everyone in there is facing challenges, not only women, but women, let's say we have specific category of challenges that everyone is facing. And we always see success story. We are not seeing that the challenges they are going through, So we need to show the challenges to make young girls see that they have the same challenges and they can do the same thing and they can even do more, So empowering them, showing them that we are with them and you are not alone, To every woman, you are not alone, and you can do. Just believe in yourself and don't be afraid to do the first step. Don't be afraid, and don't be afraid to make mistake.
Yes.
I hope you answered the question. Yeah.
But do you think that the awareness and the people culture has changed and companies culture? Do you think that it is starting to really change, or do you think that it's a little bit and we are still challenges are always existing?
I believe honestly, we cannot have a world without challenges. We have a perfect world, but we need to keep asking, we need to keep changing. We are progressing in a good way. That's what I can do. We are progressing in a good way. There's a lot of companies that are even having a goal to have like diversity, it's one of their goals to have diversity in the company. So people are aware of the issue and they are aware of the need. It's not an issue only, it's a need, because they need diverse, they need new ideas, they need different perspectives. And here, like diversity can bring all of that. So it's even for the good of the society and for the good of everyone, to have diversity. So I believe we're going in a good way. We just need to keep pushing, and we need to show how can we go far, and to show such a story, to say we are here, we need to keep going on, but we are going in the right way, I believe.
Great. So we mentioned this before, but we need to mention it when it comes to women, not only students. Work-life balance is hard, and we said that like it's like ups and downs. But how about it when it comes to a woman who is working and in a major like engineering, which is somehow hard and requires effort, and you're also raising a family and you have personal life. So this, I believe, is a very, very big challenge, how to balance between them and towards your responsibility towards your kids, because you need to raise them well and so on. So how can people do with this, and what kind of support do she need to handle all of this?
That's again a very good question. Let's say that we have all several engagement, whether you have family, you have a job, you have an association, you have a company, you have projects. We have a lot of engagement. We just need to organize ourselves. Let's say, for example, whole week it's work. I will have one day I'm not going to touch anything, other than my family. It's one day dedicated for my family. We need to know when to say no to things, It's good to have always events. It's good always to do things, But sometimes we need to learn to say no. This time is dedicated for my family. I won't do it. I'm not available. For occasions, for maybe weekly day. It's dedicated for my family. We need also to organize ourselves, because when we have a clear calendar, you can know, when it's think, and you can adapt your program to that. And always try. For me, the most important, always try to take care of yourself, like the person, of the physical thing, to sleep well, because you are the energy. If you are not very, in a good shape, everything will collapse, If you are in good shape, you will be very well organized. You will know when to do events. You will know when to have time. And it's about, it's life, ups and downs. Just make sure to take care of yourself and to, let's say, profit of your family, because there is things that cannot stay for life, like your parents, for example, So try to have priorities. try to work on your priorities. It's a hard thing. I'm always working on it, but try to work on your priorities, because we sometimes we find ourselves working on things that are not important. But there are a lot of small things that are not important, but they are taking a lot of time. So try to work on to have like priority and work on your priority, not on the size of the event or the time, but more important to the less important. So it's about, train yourself, organize yourself, have a clear calendar, clear objective, and clear goal. And it's like a training we all working on, I believe.
And do you think companies and industry in general is becoming more supportive in this regard?
I believe so. There is several companies here in France. They even have, for example, for mothers, with small kids, they even have like, let's say, how to call that, like a babysitting part in the first stage in the first level of the company, where women can work, and in the lunch break they can go down to see their kids, which is for me it's amazing. And I believe all the companies need to have this, because usually, for example, when a mom have a kid and he has some fever, she will all the day be thinking about him, she won't even be able to concentrate. But once the company offers this opportunity, she will be, like thinking very well. She will be like not worrying, which is a very good initiative from companies. So in also several companies, they have like specific holidays for women when they get kids, even much more than what the state give. So there is several ways of supporting women, and I believe the states and the companies need to do that for their benefit, for the benefit of the company's goal, for the benefit of the state's goal. Because once we have a very good and like, let's say, very good society, all is going to be good. And if a woman is having a very good life, all is going to be good also.
Yes, at the end, it will increase their productivity, which will affect the company as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, so our last question, unfortunately, what is your message to young women and that are aspiring to build a career in engineering and leadership?
Yeah, my message is, don't be afraid of making a mistake. Mistakes are really part of the learning, and do the first step. Like really, always when you hesitate about something, like do it, start it. Don't be afraid, and you can do much more than you can imagine. I believe that everything we can just imagine, we can do it. And I believe we are doing it, If we just see humanity like 100 years ago and now, we can see that thing were just imagination, and now they realize it like by whom? By human. So we can do much more. And women in particular, we are special. You are not alone. You are very special. Don't be afraid of making a mistake and go. Like, don't hesitate at all to do things.
Yes,
and be like, yeah, and be like, try to include yourself in community. Join as an IEEE, to have really people that are the same as you, that support you, that give you a lot of opportunity, and learn about IEEE women in engineering.
Great. So we've come to the end. And thank you so much, Emna. It was really great, to know the best practices for student branch apprentice groups. I believe that mentorships, I really like it. If I was leading a student branch apprentice group, I would have done it. And also about the barriers for women and how to break them. So thank you so much, Emna. It was really insightful, and I believe it will benefit all women and girls. So thank you so much for your time. We were really pleased to have you today.
Thank you a lot, Sandy. Thank you a lot. And please, to everyone hearing us, get involved, take the first step, and be part of the change.
Yes.
Thank you a lot.
Thank you so much, everyone who have been watching this. And we wish you really benefit from it. And also stay tuned for our upcoming episodes. Thank you.
Thank you.